Today, we're going to be talking all about Martha tents and how to set up your own at home. But you won't be hearing much from me today because we've got Mark from Plant-Based Mail to talk you through everything that you need to know. I'll let you take it from here, Mark.
Thanks, Chris, and welcome back to Inner City Permaculture. And today what we're going to do is show you how to set up your very own tent at home so you can grow a variety of fresh mushrooms. The mushroom tent is a fruiting chamber which enables us to create an environment so you can grow mushrooms that have a specific shape, taste, and color. The mushroom tent comes with a manual, but today I'm going to be showing you how to set it up. We'll be setting the tent up inside and then relocating it outside, but it can be set up inside or outside depending on your preference. Our tent has arrived and we've unboxed it, and we're going to start by assembling the frame. So as you can see, we have a number of pieces of the frame, and each piece of the frame has got a corresponding letter on it, and each of those letters will indicate how it assembles.
We want to match the letters together, so for example, A to A and B to B.
So now that we have these pieces, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up our two parallels, and then we're going to bring in our perpendiculars that way. To attach the rod to the corner piece, we use this little piece here and slide it in and then just screw it up there. So this step will probably take you approximately 10 minutes to set up, and for the entire process I would allow approximately an hour. Okay, so now we're going to start with the vertical component of the structure. So now our structure is almost there. So here you have it. The first step is done. So now that we have our structure built, we're going to put the tent on. So here's our tent, and now all we need to do is slip it onto the skeleton frame. So with a little bit of careful maneuvering, you can definitely do this by yourself. All you need to do is just carefully rotate the frame so that it fits the tent. The frame is designed to fit snugly into the tent. Okay. Rotate it upwards, which then gives us access to our zip. That's it. And now it's as simple as zipping it up. So there you have it. Our tent is now on the frame, and all we need to do is zip it up to just test the zip. Perfect. So this is the shelf that we're going to be using in our grow tent. The shelf is made out of stainless steel, so it's strong and durable and can be in a wet environment. The shelf has 4 layers, which is an appropriate number of shelves to fit the grow bags for this specific tent. So the bottom shelf is intentionally elevated off the ground, so that way you have access for cleaning, so you can clean up any mushroom debris that's fallen down or any moisture that's pooling underneath the shelf. I purchased this shelf online, and every shelf has different configurations. My one actually has the capability of having a barrier, which I decided not to use. As a consequence, there's a slight hole there. So what we're going to be using is some tape to seal up that hole so that moisture doesn't get into the structural components of the shelf. So the bags that we're going to be using from Rootlab are 3 kilo bags, which means that this shelf has a carrying capacity of 12 bags per shelf, a total of 48 bags in the grow tent at any one time. The total weight of the grow bags will be approximately 144 kilos, so it's really important that you have a strong, durable, sturdy shelf. So the tent also comes with a mat. The purpose of this mat is to catch any falling debris and excess moisture, and it just makes cleaning the tent a whole lot easier. As you can see, it has a curved edge and some Velcro, which makes it fit snugly into the tent. So you just pop it on the floor like this and Velcro it in place. So the tent comes with a number of different inlets that are located on the sides, the top, and also on the bottom. The inlets serve a number of different purposes. They could be for humidity, for air, for electricity, and if you're not using them, you can simply close them up. So for this setup, we'll only need 3 of them today. So the tent also comes with these structural elements which enable you to hang your lights from and any ducting or anything that needs to be at the top of the tent. And these hooks just sit on the top of the structure. So we're going to start by inserting our smallest ones first, like so, and followed lastly by our longest support. So once you're satisfied with the position of these beams, what we can do for additional support is just cable tie them so that way they're nice and strong and stable. This is the light that we're going to be using for our grow tent. It's a full spectrum LED light which mimics the natural sunlight. Because the tent is made out of reflective material, the light will spread evenly throughout the tent. So the light is also equipped with a dial which enables you to dial up or dial down the intensity of the light. This light is a little bit of an overkill, but because it comes with the grow tent, it enables us to grow not just mushrooms, all sorts of other things in the tent. Because we're only growing mushrooms, we don't need to have it on a very intense setting. So the light comes with some hooks, which enables you to fasten it to the top of the tent. So one hook here and one hook here, and then it just simply hooks over the frame. So it's very important to have the dial facing outward toward you as the user of the mushroom farm. And then that way your power can fit through this inlet outside to your power source. So now that we have the light in place, we've got our power lead exiting the tent. So now we can focus on our ducting for our humidifier and our fan. So for this system, we've got an inline duct fan that we're going to be installing. We're going to be intentionally placing the fan at the bottom of the grow tent. The reason being, CO2 will settle towards the bottom. It's heavier than oxygen. This fan will be exhausting out the CO2 that's at the bottom of the tent, creating negative pressure within the tent itself and drawing in fresh air from the top of the tent. We'll be securing the duct in place to the fan using a ring clamp. When installing your inline duct fan, it's really important to pay attention to the directional arrows. This indicates which direction the air will be flowing. The fan can also be configured within the tent itself. The most important thing is to ensure that the direction, the outflow of the air, is exiting the tent. So the CO2 will be getting sucked in through this part and then exiting the tent that way. Because the CO2 settles on the bottom of the tent, it's going to take a lot longer to clear all the CO2 from the tent, making this configuration less efficient. However, if space is an issue for you, you can absolutely set it up just like this. It's important to know that this fan is water resistant, meaning that it can safely sit within the tent in a humid environment. So this is the humidifier that we're going to be using today. We've ducted it into the tent through this inlet, including a probe which reads the humidity. The humidifier is automated, so that way all you need to do as the user is fill it up with water and then it will self-regulate the humidity within the tent.
Most mushrooms prefer humidity around 85 to 90%, but double check with what mushrooms that you're growing.
There are many different ways that you can set up the ducting within your tent. We've decided to set it up like this, so that way we have evenly distributed humidity throughout the tent. So the ducting can be secured to the top of the frame using the Velcro strap. Don't worry about the ducting blocking the LED light because the reflective surface within the tent will make sure the light is evenly distributed. So now that we're happy with the placement of our ducting, all we need to do is plug in our humidifier and our light into the power supply, turn it on, and then place our grow bags on the shelves. Okay, so now it's time to place our bags into the grow tent. Our tent has been set up in its final position. We have our humidifier and lights on. Our fan is on and attached to our CO2 sensor. So all we need to do now is to cut into our blocks using our sanitized box cutter. So we're going to cut an X into our bag like so towards the top, just giving it enough room to grow out and down without touching the shelf. So these varieties here, these are side fruiting varieties. So this is why we do the cut on the side. So some varieties are top fruiting varieties. We cut the top of the bag, and what that means is that there's more surface area for them to grow. We also have this boundary of plastic which traps CO2 there, encouraging the mushrooms to grow vertically. So for our side fruiting varieties, we've got lion's mane, pink oyster, brown oyster, and yellow oyster. So if you want to check on your mushrooms but you're concerned about losing humidity, you can use this mushroom viewing window. The mushroom viewing window gives you the opportunity to quickly look inside without unzipping the whole tent. To set up our lights, we're going to be using a smart plug, in this case, Casa.
The smart plug gives you the ability to automate when the light will turn on and off from your phone. Mushrooms don't need intense light, they just need regular cycles to trigger fruiting. So a 12-hour on and 12-hour off cycle will be ideal. And from here in time, you'll have plenty of mushrooms to feed your family. Thanks, Mark, for all your help. And if you want to find out more about what Mark's up to in his garden, you can follow him on Instagram at plant-based-male. That's it for this video. If you like what you see, give the video a like and subscribe to see more.